So remember how we questioned the whole Samsung dedicated Galaxy chip over what would happen with Exynos? Well, this just got really good. Because yes, it looks like Samsung is done with Exynos chips, and the transition is happening earlier than we thought, and for the better. The iPhone 14 series could bring a feature that we've been waiting on iPhones for as long as I can remember, and we have new details on what to expect from Nothing's Phone 1 design. I'm Jaime Rivera, and guys, this is your friendly reminder that we can't police spam bots, so if anyone offers a giveaway in the comments asking you to text them on Telegram, come on guys, it is a scam. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with Apple and WWDC, as the company just gave us more details on what's going to happen. Earlier today, they confirmed that the keynote will begin at 10 a.m. Pacific time on June 6, and it will be an online-only event, except for the select number of developers that are invited to Apple Park for viewing the event. They also shared a few details on the schedule, with their platform State of the Union happening at 2 p.m. after the main keynote, and their design awards happening at 5 later that day. On June 7th, they'll also provide session videos on all of the new features that are coming to iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, and I don't know, others. I mean, Cupertino's engineers and designers will also be hosting different activities in digital lounges throughout the whole week for those of you interested in learning more about the technical part of things. So yes, I mean, let's hope Dub turns out to be more interesting than expected, because that's rarely happened before, though. The M1 announcement, that was great. Let's switch on to Nothing and their upcoming phone as we get more details from the company themselves. Carl Pei and Tom Howard just had an interview with Wallpaper to talk about the design process for the Nothing Phone 1, where they gave us some breadcrumbs on what we can expect. First off, they confirmed that we'll be getting a transparent design to match the rest of the products. They talked about how no company other than Apple has a consistent way on designing their products, which ultimately shows their coherent vision. Howard added that one of their other goals is to create a transparent phone that doesn't look silly, as phones have over 400 components assembled in different layers, and they really want to showcase the good ones, which involved relayering parts, just to give you an idea of how complex the process is, and which is better than ASUS's approach of going with a sticker. We can also assume that the wireless charging is making the cut, as Howard pointed out, to one of the design elements in the transparent back. We also got a rough sketch of the device, which is currently on the screen, but we'll have to wait to see the full design later. I want to know, I mean, do you guys are you waiting for this phone? Because I honestly don't see that much excitement, not as much as I was expecting, which makes me hope that if they're going to follow on the Ear 1's price, I'm hoping this is going to be the case. Let's move on back to Apple and talk about the iPhone 14 series on a more positive note than yesterday. I mean, last year they finally introduced high refresh rate with the 13 Pros, but it looks like they're planning to make it even better this year. See, we've heard multiple rumors say that these displays will now be capable of going down to 1 Hz, which opens up the possibilities for more features. On a new tweet, someone asked Ross Young if he can confirm that the Pro iPhone 14s will be able to drop down to 1 Hz instead of 10 Hz, which would be more than enough to do always-on displays right. Ross then replies by saying that he can't confirm the information, but he is expecting it to happen. And depending on how Apple plans to implement this, it could also translate into better battery life. I mean, last year we also had Mark Gurman predicting this information for the iPhone 13, but after a year with the technology, we might see this happening. And let's face it, they do a really good job with the Apple Watch, so let's hope it happens. Let us know in the comments if you actually do care about always-on displays, because I do. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Samsung and everyone's favorite chips, the Exynos. We've covered a couple of reports claiming that Sammy was working on bringing their own chipset, catering specifically for the Galaxies by 2025, but it looks like the company is really done with Exynos. A new report from a Korean outlet claims that they will be ditching Exynos processors for their flagships in both 2023 and 2024, and this decision was reportedly made by the the top management, and even if it seems bold and risky, it also is part of their long-term vision. So to put it in layman terms, the Galaxy S23 and S24, and even presumably their foldables, will only run on Qualcomm flagship chips until the company is ready to switch on to their own silicon by 2025. And by the way, the report adds that one of their goals is to surpass Apple Silicon, even if they're technically late and actually not late. But apparently, the only way they'd be going back to Exynos chips is if there's another shortage or if they're getting unsatisfactory performance from Qualcomm chips, though I'm not sure that can be fixed by slapping Exynos processors on it. But anyways, in today's question, let us know, would a Snapdragon-only Galaxy launch entice you more for the next Galaxy S? Because I think the biggest pain point of the lineup would be solved, and I think that would be a genius move. I would even say the company should experiment with MediaTek chips. The Dimensity 9000 pretty much is on par almost to the Snapdragon. If anything, it's better in certain things. They vary in their abilities, but I wish we could see more of these flagship chips on higher-end smartphones, but that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram. Follow me on my personal handles to remind you that spam bots are very hard to control. We delete as many as we can, but it's impossible to do all of them. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.